Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Realme 8 Pro versus the Poco X3 Pro. And guys, you know that the Poco X3 Pro is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 860 processor, which is a flagship chipset, and also we have 8 GB of RAM on the Poco X3 Pro, while the Realme 8 Pro is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G chipset with the 8 GB of RAM as well. On the back we have a quad cameras on both these two devices. As you can see, we have a 48 megapixel main camera on the Poco X3 Pro, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have a 108 megapixel main camera. So I am really excited to see that how is the Poco X3 Pro, which is a beast phone, is stack up against the Realme 8 Pro. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. And guys, on both phones is completely off. Now let's see the boot up test. Here we go. And the logo is here, move faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Poco X3 Pro. And guys, in both phones is running on Android 11. We have a MIUI version 12 on the Poco X3 Pro, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have a Realme UI 2.0. And you can see in the Poco X3 Pro it is more faster when it comes to booting up, and now the Realme 8 Pro is also right behind there, about 1 second difference between these two devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, you can see that and both phones has a very different display. We have a Full HD Super AMOLED display with a 60Hz refresh rate on the Realme 8 Pro. Yes, we have 60Hz, while on the Poco X3 Pro we have a Full HD IPS LCD display. We have 120Hz refresh rate, and also we get a punch hole on both phones, which is on the center on the Poco X3 Pro as compared to on the left hand side on the Realme 8 Pro. And the display quality, it is really good on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Poco X3 Pro. Now let's see the apps opening speed. Okay guys, everything's closed up in the background and you can see no application is running in the background. Let's see phone dialer, that is exactly the same on both phones. And you can see, now let's see settings, that is again exactly the same. So now let's go display on both phones, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on the Poco X3 Pro, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have 60Hz, no high refresh rate display. So now let's see Amazon shopping on both phones, and that is super faster on the Poco X3 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. Now let's see the scrolling, again really smooth on the Poco X3 Pro because we have 120Hz refresh rate, but you can see that no lag whatsoever on both phones. I wish that we also get 120Hz on the Realme 8 Pro, but we get 60Hz. So now let's check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. Faster, and you can see super on the Poco X3 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. Let's see pin out, and faster on the Poco X3 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. Instagram, faster on the X3 Pro. Let's see Snapchat, again more faster on the Poco X3 Pro. Let's see Spotify, faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Poco X3 Pro. Let's see Subway Surfer, again we have a Snapdragon 860 chipset, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have a Snapdragon 720G chipset, more faster on the Poco X3 Pro. And you can see huge faster there as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. And also we get dual speakers on the Poco X3 Pro as well, which is something not really available on the Realme 8 Pro. Let's see Temper and 2, again more faster on the Poco X3 Pro, and you can see X3 Pro is done, and now the Realme 8 Pro it is also done. Now let's opening up the Twitter. Faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the X3 Pro. Zedge, faster, I would say exactly the same on both phones, very close. Now let's see the scrolling. Again more smoother on the Poco X3 Pro because we have 120Hz refresh rate as compared to 60Hz. So last time I launched the cameras on both phones, default camera app. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. 120Hz refresh rate as compared to 60Hz. So now let's see the scrolling. Again more smoother on the Poco X3 Pro because we have 120Hz refresh rate as compared to 60Hz. So last time I launched the cameras on both phones, default camera app. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. more faster on the Poco X3 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. Again, we have 108 megapixel main camera on the Realme 8 Pro, while on the Poco X3 Pro we have 48 megapixel main camera, so huge difference in the camera department as well. Okay guys, now let's see internet browser speed. I am set to follow Google Chrome on both phones. Now let's see wikipedia.org. Faster on the Poco X3 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is again more smoother on the Poco X3 Pro because we have 120Hz refresh rate as compared to 60Hz. And next on the list is the apple.com, and faster again on the X3 Pro, and you can see little bit more faster there. So now let's see the scrolling, again much smoother on the Poco X3 Pro because we have 120Hz refresh rate as compared to 60Hz refresh rate, normal 60Hz. So guys, now let's see the RAM management on both phones, and both phones has 8GB of RAM, and also both phones is running on the latest software version. So now let's see phone dialer, that is not refresh. Let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, and that got refresh on the Poco X3 Pro. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, refresh. Let's see pinout, refresh. Instagram, refresh I think. Let's see Snapchat, same result. Let's see Spotify, refresh. Let's see Subway Surfer, again refresh on the X3 Pro. Let's see Temple Run 2, and that is not refresh. Now let's check out the Twitter, no refresh. Zedge. Last way back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, overall I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that and the Poco X3 Pro is speed the Realme 8 Pro in every single application, especially in the game app loading time. In terms of the RAM management wise, as you can see that and the Realme 8 Pro is perform really good in the RAM management as compared to the Poco X3 Pro. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Realme 8 Pro versus the Poco X3 Pro. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace out.